Well, a freak storm smashed into Townsville early this morning with such ferocity, many residents around the area thought they'd been hit by a tornado.
Here's what happened. It hit around 5 a.m. At its peak, 17,000 homes were left without power and dozens of homes and businesses were damaged.
A disaster zone has now been declared in the suburbs affected, the level of destruction comparable to a tropical cyclone.
It came out of the blue in the dark of the night, but by dawn it was crystal clear what happened. Townsville, quite simply, had been hammered.
First thing we knew was our roof was getting ripped off.
Residents in the worst hit areas, like the suburb of Vincent, wandered amid the debris of their homes, their community, dazed by the ferocity of the storm.
Next minute everything came crashing down around our ears, with bangs, booms, roofs off, walls gone.
Here the whole house started shaking. We all got into the bathroom. You could smell the wood as it was shattering.
It sounded like a freight train coming over the top of us.
It was, they said, like a mini tornado, but there was nothing mini about the damage.
As you can see, mate, the top of the house is completely ruined, like the upper level.
The big winds, our roof's gone.
The gale force winds had torn through homes like a wrecking ball.
All of a sudden, bang, we just hit.
Most of our stuff is just 2 doors over.
Front and backyards, more like junkyards. Cars smashed to pieces, roofs found in unlikely places, twisted and buckled.
I'm not sure whose it is, but it looks to be somebody's roof sitting inside my swimming pool.
We've got no roof. All the ceilings inside are soaked. The house is full of water.
Some had lost everything.
There is no place. We have no place. It's no roof and full of water. Everything we own is wet.
Power lines were down all over the place, leaving thousands without power.
It was like a disaster zone. It was a mess.
It wasn't a cyclone, but the aftermath looks much the same. So many homes now unlivable.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
And now vulnerable to the weather that's still to come. The power and intensity of the storm is hard to imagine, but its devastating results are clear to see. It has destroyed lives. We're standing on the second floor of what was a 2-storey home. Its owner, well, he doesn't know where the roof is. He says this place has been through a number of cyclones with barely a smashed window, but they just had no idea what was coming in the early hours of this morning.
I was pretty scared. I'm still getting over it now.
Absolutely terrifying.
Despite it all, that North Queensland spirit still shone through.
I didn't have to change my underpants, but it went close.
And amid all the destruction of the mini tornado, a mini miracle. Somehow these little ones survived.
I expected the budgies to be all spread eagle against the back of the cage. They're not, they're happy.
The clean-up, though, will take a lot of time and money. Mother Nature writing yet another new chapter in Queensland's ongoing story of natural disasters.
And Joel joins us now live from Townsville. Joel, it is amazing there were no major injuries.
A real miracle, Andrew. There was 9 reported injuries. One couple was taken to hospital with just cuts and abrasions, but when you look around, still 12 hours rather, after the incident itself, it is amazing that no one was seriously hurt. You can see roofs torn off houses. That's where families hunkered down to just live out this amazing weather event. It is amazing that no one was seriously hurt. The attention now turns to the clean-up. It is going around all around me at the moment. It's going to be a very big job. Andrew, Melissa?
I'm sure and glad there is some good news in that. What a way to wake up. Joel, thank you. Well, Anna Bligh and Campbell Newman put their election campaigns on hold to inspect the storm damage in Townsville. Both promised to help them get their lives and homes back in order as soon as possible.
The Bligh Blitz, 50 seats in 5 days, briefly interrupted by a monster morning storm. A tour of Townsville's shell-shocked suburbs, torn to pieces by what's been described as a mini tornado.
Yasi did nothing like this in Townsville. There's going to be a lot of heartbreak here.
Even in a campaign, there are some things a Premier has to do. Words of support, a hand of comfort for those whose lives and homes were shattered in minutes.
Are you able to stay there tonight? Great. Pretty scary.
Actually, a roof would be pretty handy.
We won't be leaving here until we're absolutely confident that everybody has what they need.
How did you get through it all?
Well, when it started to go, we just put everybody in the toilet.
Campbell Newman put his campaign on hold as well, following Anna Bligh into Vincent.
I'm quite shocked and horrified at the extent of the damage.
There's always the risk of a politician looking opportunistic amid the devastation, but in all likelihood, Campbell Newman and the LNP will be overseeing Townsville's long and expensive clean-up.
The Premier has our 100% support to do whatever she needs to do. They don't need me around here. They need space and room to get on and do the clean-up.
After inspecting the damage here in Townsville, Anna Bligh's desperate statewide blitz continues. It only has one aim in mind: to ensure enough Labor MPs are returned to give the party a fighting chance of forming a credible opposition after Saturday's poll. In Townsville, Spencer Jolly, 9 News.
Severe weather wreaked havoc in Cairns as well. Mudslides and blocked drains flooded homes as disbelieving residents looked on.
Even for the tropics, this was a bit much.
Just a huge river of rocks just flowing down.
Suburban streets today look like rocky riverbeds.
There was rocks, as you can see around us, just coming down and hitting us.
Rocks and debris going down the road and heaps of water.
Some areas around Cairns had falls of over 200 millimetres in 2 hours.
Disbelief. Been here for 8 or 9 years and it's never been anywhere near that.
The torrential downpour sparked a cascade of mudslides. The Captain Cook Highway north to Port Douglas closed by fallen trees and boulders, some as big as small cars. But closer to homes, there was plenty of mess too. Rivers of brown mud had washed through too quickly for anything to be done.
This area here was waist deep in water.
Everything covered in a brown slime. Pools became sludge pits. Inside, residents began the big clean. The authorities received more than 100 calls from homeowners for help. The big wet, they won't forget.
I've never seen anything as intense as this.
For Wilmington, 9 News.
Weatherman Gary Youngbury is in Townsville. Gary, was this officially a tornado?
Well, Melissa, make no mistake, this was the real deal. We're referring it as a mini tornado, but this was a tornado that spawned in a line of severe thunderstorms. And the scale of destruction here really is just, to me, very reminiscent of tropical cyclone Yasi. You can just see the amount of damage. We actually caught it on our 9 storm tracker. Take a look from about 9 o'clock last night. You can see the rotation of the wind. Look, official wind gusts 110 kilometres per hour at the airport, but I can guarantee it was probably 50% stronger in the eye of that tornado. Some of the rainfall figures: 366 millimetres just northwest of Townsville at Paluma. There was 250 millimetres at Ingham, right down to Proserpine, about 150 millimetres. Where is it heading next? I'll have those details in our full weather app.
All right, we look forward to it. Thank you, Gary.